Good day! Today, we'll be talking about Rules of Procedure for Environmental Cases, AM number 09-6-8-SC, promulgated on April 13, 2010. Objectives of the rules. First, to protect and advance the constitutional right to a balanced and healthful ecology. Second, to provide a simplified, speedy, and inexpensive procedure for the enforcement of environmental rights and duties. Third, to introduce and adopt innovations and best practices ensuring the effective enforcement of remedies and redress for violation of environmental laws. And finally, to enable the courts to monitor and exact compliance with orders and judgments in environmental cases. Part 4, Criminal Procedure. Rule 9, Prosecution of Offenses. Section 1. Who may file? Any offended party, peace officer, or any public officer charged with the enforcement of an environmental law may file a complaint before the proper officer in accordance with the rules of court. The prosecution of offenses is generally addressed to the sound discretion of the investigating prosecutor, but the dismissal of a criminal case against an accused can only be appealed by the Solicitor General acting on behalf of the state. Offenses under the Revised Forestry Code. First, cutting, gathering, collecting, and removing of timber or other forest products from any forest land, or timber from alienable public land or from private land without any authority. Second, possession of timber or other forest products without legal documents required under existing laws and regulations.
Offenses under the Mining Act. In People v. Abad, private respondents were charged with the crime of theft of minerals. The elements of the offense are that: first, the accused extracted, removed, and or disposed of minerals. Second, the minerals belongs to the government or have been taken from the mining claim owned by the other persons. Third, the accused did not process of mining lease or permit. Prohibitions under the Fisheries Code. Poaching in Philippine waters, fishing through explosives, use the finest net, use of active gear in municipal waters, ban coral exploitation, conversion of mangroves, fishing in overfished areas during closed seasons, fishing in fisheries reserve. Offenses under the Water Code. A. Appropriation of subterranean or groundwater for domestic use by an overlying landowner without registration. B. Failure to comply with any of terms or conditions in a water permit. C. Unauthorized use of water for a purpose other than that in the permit, and many others. Section 2. Filing of the information. An information charging a person with a violation of an environmental law and subscribed by the prosecutor shall be filed with the court. The filing of an information charging a person with violation of an environmental law and subscribed by the prosecutor initiates the criminal action. Section 3. Official Prosecutor. Where there is no private offended party, a counsel whose services are offered by any persons or organization may be allowed by the court as a special prosecutor, with the consent of and subject to the control and supervision of the public prosecutor. Part 4. Criminal Procedure. Rules 10. Prosecution of Civil Actions. Section 1. Institution of Criminal and Civil Actions. When a criminal action is instituted, the civil action for the recovery of civil liability arising from the offense charged shall be deemed instituted with the criminal action unless the complainant waives the civil actions. Reserve the right to institute it separately or institute the civil action prior to the criminal action. Section 1. Institution of criminal and civil actions. Unless the civil action has been instituted prior to the criminal actions, the reservation of the right to institute separately the civil action shall be made during the arraignment.
Part 4. Criminal Procedure, Rule 11, Arrest. Section 1. Arrest without warrant when lawful. A. When, in his presence, the person to be arrested has committed, is actually committing, or is attempting to commit an offense. B. When an offense has just been committed, and he has probable cause to believe, based on personal knowledge of facts or circumstances, that the person to be arrested has committed it. Individuals deputized by the proper government agency who are enforcing environmental laws shall enjoy the presumption of regularity. Arrest how made. Arrest is the taking of a person into custody in order that he may be bound to answer for the commission of an offense. An arrest is made by an actual restraint of a person to be arrested or by submission to the custody of the person making the arrest. Arrest and institution of criminal actions under the revised Forestry Code. A forest officer or employee of the Bureau or any personnel of the PNP shall arrest, even without warrant, any person who has committed or is committing in his presence any of the offenses defined in this chapter. He shall also seize and confiscate in favor of the government the tools and equipment used in committing the offense and the forest products cut, gathered, or taken by the offender in the process of committing the offense. Arrest and confiscation under the Philippine Mining Act. The absence of a permit shall be considered as prima facie evidence of illegal mining and shall be sufficient cause for the government to confiscate the ores or minerals being transported, the tools and equipment utilized, and the vehicle containing the same. Warrantless search and seizure of fishing vessels. Search and seizure without search warrant of vessels and aircrafts for violations of the customs laws have been the traditional exception to the constitutional requirement of a search warrant, because the vessel can be quickly moved out of the locality or jurisdiction in which the search warrant must be sought before such warrant could be secured. Hence, it is not practicable to require a search warrant before such search or seizure can be constitutionally effected. Roldan versus Arca. Section 2. Warrant of arrest. All warrant of arrest issued by the court shall be accompanied by a certified true copy of the information filed with the issuing court.